Hey guys, happy Friday to everybody. I am back with something completely new and different to do on my channel. I'm going to do a reaction video to one of my older videos, and I'm just pulled one randomly that's not too long because this is kind of testing to see if you guys even like this idea. You guys can share with me your thoughts. I'm trying to think of different ways that are interesting, and I have so many older videos that have interesting topics that I thought would be fun to revisit, or just sharing older dolls that some of you may never have realized I even had. So this one is actually, it's Allie Saxton. So Allie by Selena Saxton. I had this doll for, I don't even know how long. I want to say maybe 6 months, and there were some issues with this doll. So I figured this would be interesting to go through this video, share my thoughts, react to the video, and then I'm going to share with you how I feel about all of that we watched together when it's all done. So I may pause during, but you guys can let me know your thoughts if you like this style video, if you want me to continue doing them, but trying something new, because I have stated numerous times in some of my videos recently that I've said some goofy things in my past videos. I have different feelings about them. This video happens to be from October of 2013, so many moons ago. So let's do this together. Let's review the video and see what my reaction is. So here we go.
Guys, happy Thursday afternoon to you all.
I sound the same.
It's kind of sunny.
Okay, I'm already pausing. Sorry. It's funny because I say the same things when I start my videos. I did this, I started doing it a long time ago. It goes to show that I address and start and greet in my videos. Hey guys, it's always been my thing. Clearly it's carried over for many years. So here we go. Sorry, I just had to laugh about it.
Oh, it's like partly cloudy out here today. And what I was trying to do is give you guys a better idea of Allie's true coloring. And the sun keeps coming and going. And so I've tried to put her near a window or in a room that has some natural.
Okay, I know I'm stopping already. Just looking back at this particular doll, so many people loved her. So many people loved her. And she was great from afar. That's how I felt about this doll. Like before I got her, I actually I thought she was going to be the most realistic doll. She looks like a living baby. And at the time, maybe she was, but when I got her, she wasn't as great as she seemed and came across in camera. And now looking back, even at the video quality, she looks bright in color, and that's not realistic at all. But here we go. Let's continue.
Sunlight in it and daylight coloring so that you can try to see that she is definitely newborn pinky color, but she's not as blotchy as she comes across on camera in the nursery. But
she was blotchy. I'm not sure why I said that. Maybe at the time I didn't feel that she was blotchy, but as my taste has changed over the years, I think that looking back, I think she was very bright in color. She was definitely dense with color, and she may not have been orangey like she's looking as I see her on the screen, and your screen may vary, but she looks more orangey in this coloring, but she was actually very pink, very pink. Maybe not blotchy, but she was definitely painted with heavy pinks.
She's definitely new baby skin tone.
True.
Where they have more of a pink tone to them. As you can see, I'll kind of show you. This is more of a better details type of video so that you can see her. And I'll try to get her face. So her face is definitely not as blotchy and bruised looking. It definitely has like she has a stork bite like on her forehead.
She had a really big one on her forehead.
But it's not
right
nearly
here.
as pronounced as you see in the nursery.
Sorry, pausing again. I haven't watched this video in a long time, you guys, so this is really interesting. So looking at her, I get that it was 2013. I hadn't experienced what I've experienced. So at the time I was in love with her. But looking at her now, how do I put this? Horrible. Just the quality of the silicone was really rough. There was a lot of issues with this silicone, a lot more than even we'll get into in this video. But she was poured with a tin silicone mix of some kind, which is not meant to stand the test of time. It's not durable. It splits very easily, and she was in a very fixed position. So her position was exactly here. I'll do it opposite because it'll doing it opposite because it's going to be backwards in the video when I play back. But this little, this position, that was her fixed position. And it was very hard to get her dressed. And any stress to the inner parts of her elbows ripped. She tore so easily, literally from the moment I got her. So let's continue. I'm just remembering it. It's all flooding back to me now.
But definitely got that new look to her.
She did have that new baby look, and I loved that about her.
Enjoying her. And there's more of a close-up of what her hair
The
looks
hair.
like. It's kind of like an ashy blonde, I guess.
I'm already pausing. I didn't expect to pause. I was going to wait, but I have to say that hair was applied and glued on hair. It was literally applied, and it was in a matted looking way. And hence why I remember putting headbands on her all the time, because it was just not right looking. And later on, I did get her rerouted because it was just awful. And I remember trying to take the hair off before sending her to the rooters, and I was pulling silicone, like chunks of silicone, because I couldn't get it out. And that was what the rooter had said, you need to remove the hair before I'm going to do anything with her. I couldn't get all the glue off. And I remember the rooter I had doing it, she was amazing. And she covered it really, really well for the best that she could, because there were blotches of glue stuck to the head. It was the worst hair ever on any doll I think I've ever had.
But yeah, here the sun's coming out a little bit more. So
but she had the sweetest sculpt. Like her face was so sweet.
It like goes under the clouds. So there she is. Her little hands. Just really super cute.
The sculpt was beautiful.
I'm
just
completely in love with this baby.
Not good silicone.
And one more time, I'll show you her girl parts. So if anybody is offended, go ahead and turn off your camera now, or turn off the video now. So I don't want to offend anyone.
Let's just fast forward through that. Okay. We don't want to offend anybody with girl parts. So fast forward before Kappa.
Detailed. Right down to all of her girl parts, very detailed.
She did have very
if you're looking for
detailed girl parts, which was like the first of her time.
Definitely fits that description for me. Some people don't like them to look super realistic, and they're looking for something more like a pretty baby. And even though she's a very pretty
Still
baby,
very true. Perfect.
She's got that newborn kind of, she's made to look like she's got the newborn kind of flawed skin and like the slight yellowing on her
also
nose.
True.
That
Except
sort of thing, and they look like
the yellowing on her nose was extreme. It was almost like, you can't tell in this video, but I remember it bothering me. Like at first I was like, okay, this is endearing. But then I was like, wait, this is kind of annoying, because it was so yellowy that it was just too yellow.
Most have dry skin on their face, things like that, with little scratches and bumps and bruises, because she's, created to look like she's just been born in the last, I don't know, I would say a couple days, because she still has her umbilical stump, maybe a week old, something like that. So for me, that's the ultimate goal for any doll that I purchase and adopt and bring home, is to have them look absolutely extremely realistic.
See, I've said it way back then. My ultimate goal was finding the most realistic newborn baby that, and that's held true. It's exactly how I still feel today. She was very, very realistic for that time period. Had her silicone not fallen apart, I probably would have kept her a lot longer.
So this baby definitely is that for me. So I'm really, really enjoying her. There's her little legs, chubby little legs, but super flexible. She's just really very, very squishy.
Couldn't move that leg.
And pliable. She's heavy, but not overly heavy. And she has this squishy, don't know. I don't know if it feels like foam because I've had people ask me, but I don't know if it really feels like foam. It feels just.
That's right. She was like the first soft core doll that came out, as I recall. I forgot about that. And it did feel like it had foam inside of there. So it wasn't like soft core gel like what we have today, but it did have like, it felt like foam, an inner foam, and it was, hollowed out or something, or during the pour, they put the foam in there and encased it somehow. But it was the first of its time. It was the first of its time.
Softer and, certainly it's not solid silicone that's in her tummy and up through her chest. So I'd have to ask the artist, who is Selena Saxton, more about what she has
never
done
shared
to
it
create
with
that
me.
effect in her tummy and chest. But they're definitely very cool and very cutting edge, I must add, because that's one of the things that I don't like about the bigger silicone dolls is that they're so heavy because of the solid silicone in their chest and tummies, and it just is way too much to really enjoy. So she's a nice balance. So she's just about 10 pounds, which is still heavy for a silicone, but not so bad considering her size and because she's squishy and soft and all that. But anyways, I hope that answers everybody's questions and gives you a better idea of, her details. Oh, I also wanted to mention that she has a very detailed mouth. I know that
I don't remember her mouth.
a lot of people probably don't realize, but she
didn't
does have
know.
a sculpted
I can't
mouth.
remember.
And if I can get some better lighting,
I'd
at
be
some
afraid
point,
to
I'll
open
try
the
to do a
mouth
video
because
of
her
that.
lips
It's
would
very
split.
hard to get what the inside of their mouths look like without shining a flashlight up in there. So I'll see what I can do to provide that for you. But she has like the little uvula in the back of her throat, and she's got little baby gums. So very, very cute.
Can't remember.
Very detailed. She does take a pacifier quite easily. I just think she's cute without. So there she is.
Interesting.
All in her glory. Looking cute as ever. So there you go. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their Thursday, and I will see you all soon.
So that's interesting. Stop sharing. So it's super interesting, guys, because ultimately I don't remember a lot about her other than that she fell apart. She was awful. So, it's really hard to love that doll because of what happened after this video was made. So that was when I first had gotten her, and I was still enthralled with her, and I didn't realize yet that she had a lot of silicone issues. Her silicone literally fell apart, disintegrated. And I lost a lot of money on her because of that. Like, I spent the money to get her rerouted. When she came back, she had a bunch of splits and tears, and I reached out to Selena Saxton, her artist, and she said, just use some Silpoxy. And then I started to realize something, that she had also used a lot of Silpoxy in her creation in different spots. And I wondered why she had so many shiny spots. She had Silpoxy all over her body. And it was a mess right from the start. So I didn't keep the doll long, but I will say it was a good experience because I learned a lot from having that doll. I also learned that fixed position dolls I was not a fan of. She had a fixed neck. She was a one-piece pour, but the arms being in the way that they were, you could not dress her. And because she had delicate, fragile, it wasn't platinum silicone, it was tin silicone mixture, you would tear. I started to notice tears every time I would handle her. I ended up, selling her at a very cheap price with the, the buyer knew the problems with the silicone and she still wanted her. So, but I took a huge loss. So interesting video for sure, you guys. Like, I definitely don't feel the same way about certain things that I do now. Then I was so new to silicone that she was very realistic. The sculpting, I will say hands down, Selena Saxton sculpts very, very well. She just needed to do more research on how the silicone she was using would hold up over time. She didn't handle the situation very well. I know she just recently got back to making silicone dolls, and her sculpts are amazing. Like, I've seen a lot of her sculpts that are absolutely beautiful, but I've had just such a bad taste in my mouth because of what happened with this Allie Saxton, although I had a lot of people that were fans of her. They loved her, loved her. But there you go, guys. That's my reaction. That video, like I said, October of 2013, it's a long time ago, but let me know if you enjoy this sort of video. It's something completely different. I think it's fun to go back and revisit some of my older topics. Let me know your thoughts, if you guys even remember this video. But anyways, I hope you all are having a happy Friday, and you guys will see me very, very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.